Ooh, yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in your ears. Thanks for having us.
I'm on this side now, and you can see my hands for a change.
Welcome back to the Heaps On podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 12.
When do
12.
I speak? Is this working?
I think it's working.
Sorry.
Can you say something?
What? I just wanted to introduce myself. Oh, gee.
All
I can hear
hear
that.
is farts. Wait, no, that's Ra.
A little bit more dulled than usual.
Ra's dialing in from Melbourne. Ra, how's the bloody weather over there, champ?
It's actually a little bit colder than Auckland, New Zealand at the moment. And you'll notice I've blurred out the background, guys. Yes, I'm in Melbourne, but I'm actually on remand in the holding facilities and down at the police station. I was arrested trying to buy about 300 kilos of illegal Chinese cigarettes and bringing them back to New Zealand. It's a huge market over here for it, and I can touch on that later. But yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. If you can tell my mum, send some bail money. I'm in up shit creek.
And shit, well, it'll need to be heaps too, because the dollar's doing absolutely atrociously over there, as you probably well know.
Yeah, damn. Thoughts and prayers for Ra, but also thanks to the Melbourne Police Force for allowing you to jump on a Zoom while you're locked up.
But turns out there's a Kiwi guy who listens to the pod, and he was like, Chair, I've got to get the episode this week. So, yeah, shout out to Hemi down at the Melbourne Cops. Awesome.
Nice.
Shout out to Hemi. Hey, we've got a banging show coming up today, fellas. We're, of course, going to be talking about some frickin' league finals, and we're going to dissect some of the games. Most of them have been played. One of them's even on right now, and we don't know what's happening, but by the time you listen to this, you will know what's happened. We've got NPC coming in hot. We had a Shield challenge today. We're going to discuss that. We've got a couple of new segments. We've got a couple of old segments. Hey, stick around. And first thing, I just want to, we've had someone, friend of the show, big time listener of the show, send in a request for us to do a bit of a shout out. Now, it's not something we normally do here on Heaps On, but it's something we're definitely open to.
Not because we don't want to, it's just because no one's actually asked us to do any shout outs before.
More like sponsored shout outs, I think, is what we want to do. But hey, shout out to Leighton, who's it's his birthday.
Late dog.
Coming up on the 19th. Late dog. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for listening to the show. Ben's got something he's prepared for you.
Belated birthday wishes to Late Dog. And forget that. What I really want to know is, Ra, were you arrested by the horse cops?
Yeah, well, no, I was caught quite quickly by the horse cops because I was smoking my supply. I was chain smoking the double handpiece cigarettes they sell over here, and yeah, it was pretty easy to catch them. They just trotted up next to me as I coughed my lungs out. But,
and a lot of people actually make the mistake and thinking that the horses are just to get around the city easier, when actually it's because they've trained them to sniff out cigarettes.
Yeah, illegal cigarettes. They've got a nose for the Chinese brands.
What's the difference between an illegal cigarette and a legal cigarette?
How good it is.
Amen,
how
brother.
much they cost, and they are under the counter. So I actually tested the whether they were real on Friday night here. Obviously, I'm not a smoker, you guys know, but I had to see, and apparently you just go in there and say $20 cigarettes, and they go, oh yeah, and then they go under the counter, reach out and grab you a packet of cigarettes. You've never seen them before. They're a fucking random brand.
Thoughts and prayers for Ra. Hey mate, hope you make it back sometime soon. And just before we get into the show, I just want to say some thanks, things that I'm thankful for. Mainly the fact that we're still here and we're still alive.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get deep here for a second, fellas. We had a bit of a brush with death over the this week.
Yeah, we did.
And if you're listening to the show and you're a big fan of the show, you should just know how close we got to having it all fade away. And of course,
what was this? I can't remember.
Of course, I'm talking about the fact that I left the heater on.
Oh, yeah.
In the podcast studio.
You did.
For 4 days.
Yeah. I haven't told my missus this yet, so this is going to freak her out. I was going to keep this secret.
If you're listening to this, Trasana, it's not my fault, it's Ben's. Ben is the host here. He should check that every time.
But realistically, what this kind of proves is that our placement and our setup of the heater was ultimately so safe with many safeguards in place.
Exactly. which is kind
But haven't you? Sorry, can I just interject here? Ben, haven't you been working out every day since the podcast finished?
sick.
And how did you not notice the heater was on when you're in there pumping iron every fucking day?
I took a little bit of a sick week last week. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, and it wasn't until I finally got back in there on Thursday that I was like, hold on a gosh darn minute. There's a bit of warmth I'm feeling on my leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. I'll accept it. But mate, you're not going to get those gains you're after taking breaks like that. That's all I'll say.
Definitely not. Anyway. Hey guys, sorry for all the waffle, but it's time for the bloody show, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
So we had some big games this week. The NRL Finals has kicked off, and we've got the top 8, the best of the best, battling for the top spots.
Minus the fastest man on the planet.
Minus the fastest man on the planet, because he's actually been done for a little bit of coke, isn't it?
Oh, something like that.
He got caught with an 8 ball, a 9 ball, and a 10 ball, didn't he, right?
And 4 wheels.
All right, geezer.
Geezer. Shout out to Josh Adokar. Free our man. Free our brother. But they're playing at the moment, and I think they're actually doing okay. So we'll probably see him next week. But I'm going to kick things off with the Panthers versus Roosters. Jeez, Cleary's good, isn't he?
Crikey.
Yeah, that guy can play rugby league.
He can play that footy. Well, the whole fucking team can, really. I mean, they just absolutely dominated the Roosters. They were up like 24-0 or something at one point.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was probably the best performance we've seen from them all year.
I remember you just casually saying on Tuesday, they're full strength again. And I was like, yeah, they'll probably be all right then. But then it was quite scary to see how good they were full strength.
Yeah, they're
like, it's a cheat code, that team.
Didn't you get in on either team by 1 to 12 bet?
I stayed off it. Durry sent that to us, and I said, "Hey man, if you want to do that." But I'm backing Panthers.
Hell yeah.
But nah, I mean it was a hiding. I think when you look at the Roosters as well, you would think, okay, it's going to be a tight game. It was an absolute fucking hiding. They did send the boys round, and they did give them a fucking hiding.
Yeah. Send the boys round, give them a fucking good hiding.
But when the Roosters really actually did get a little opportunity, the ref fucking cooked them. The ref said forward pass. It was marginal as fuck, all right? And the coach kind of put the ref on blast after the game. I'm down with the coach. I think, it's a bit bullshit. I think it's about time that we riot and we strike until we get that forward pass technology. Ben, thoughts?
Yeah, there should be gyro sensors in every ball positioned against both GPS and the geomagnetic system, so we can always really maybe using laser cooling on a Bose-Einstein condensates of the thing.
Ben's blowing up. He's so fucking passionate. Rah, what do you think? What technology could help this?
Well, all I'm thinking is, for someone who didn't get on this 1 to 12 bet, you sound like someone who really wanted it to be 1 to 12.
I'm fucking innocent.
I'm detecting some deep-seated fucking should have been closer.
It should have been a fucking try. Anyway,
it should have been.
Anyway,
you wanted it to be closer.
They're now looking like the team to beat. Storm Who is all I'm saying, which actually that takes me to the next game. Storm Who versus the Sharks. Did you guys watch it?
Hey,
maybe
what do you
not,
know? I was there.
Holy shit!
Because I'm a stud.
Because he's a stud, Ra. You actually were our kind of sideline reporter for the game, weren't you?
I was, and someone's actually sent me a photo, a pic on the highlights from over here or somewhere. We were actually caught on camera. I looked incredibly hungover because I came up with this plan to become a tobacco salesman in New Zealand when I was very pissed on Friday night. So hence when I got, they let me out to go to the game as well. Got caught on the on the morning off, but I said I got to go to the league anyway. It was awesome. The Sharks were coming our end first half, so I saw Nicholas try right at the end there. Saw the Katoa try, and then fucking second half, Harry Grant scored about 3 in front of us. And that drop goal from Paps right down our gullets. It was great, mate. We were two from the front, down there at Amy Park. But one thing I wanted to say was, Melbourne fans, bit fucking quiet, mate.
They're like All Blacks fans.
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
It's. I think most of the people there are just pissed off that they're not at the AFL.
Yeah, I think at least half of them bought tickets thinking it was the AFL. Grand final, fucking amazing. Do you get how cheap I got grand final tickets for? It's just not even the grand final anyway.
Not even. Yeah, no, 90,000 people across the road paid triple for their tickets. But and you look, I reckon, like sports fans, we look nerdy when we wear our gears, but fuck me, I don't know. There's nothing quite as nerdy as like 20,000 people in like full purple for some reason. It just looks a bit like you're not going to wear that to your fucking mum's, birthday, are you? It just looks kind of funny.
Looks a bit silly.
Shout out to
incredible
our teammate Riley, who's at his mum's birthday right now.
Yeah, shout out to Riley. Happy birthday, Riley's mum.
Yeah, well, hey, let's not just do too many shout outs because then it'll diminish Leighton's one.
I take it back. I hope you had a horrible. I hope you had a horrible.
But
Riley's mum.
One thing I did notice as a Warriors fan was just like how little they dropped the ball.
Yeah, it's funny that, it's funny that you go to a finals game and you watch two of the top teams. Not a lot of errors.
Do you think that makes a difference?
There was fuck all errors, man. It was crazy.
Do you think that makes a difference in how high up the ladder they can get?
No, I mean, it does. It definitely impacts their final position. If you don't drop the ball, you're going to end up in that top sort of 4 to 6.
We'll see them in the grand final. I think we're all picking Storm versus Panthers, aren't we? And which takes us to the next game, Cowboys Knights. I don't know if you got the stream for this while you're in prison over there, Ra. But it was a bit of a stink game.
They didn't feel like it was worthy of letting me watch it, even though they knew I needed to for the pod. They were like, "Nah, you've got to go to sleep, boy."
Yeah, totally. Even though you convinced them that you are Kalen Ponga's brother as well, actually.
So, no, I said cousin, and then but they got sus because I mixed it up. I accidentally said cousin after I said brother initially, and they were like, "Wait, hang on."
Happens to the best of us, brother.
It's a bit of a condensed family tree, so to speak.
It really is. It's a problem many of us in New Zealand have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us, and we're all related. The dating pool is very small here.
The tree's getting smaller, not bigger.
But hey, I'm talking about what happened in Townsville between these Cowboys and these bloody Knights. And it was a stinker. It kind of felt like just a normal game. Like these two weren't one of them was going to be eliminated at the end of this. And first half Cowboys stunk, second half Knights stunk. It was really a game of two halves, and that's not a plug for the ACC show on Sky Sport every Thursday at 8:30, is it? But yeah, Kalen Ponga, God, he's good. He's a slippery man. He's greasy as fuck. But I was saying, he's the highest paid player in the NRL. He makes about $1.4 million a year.
Jesus Christ!
You expect him to be a game changer like that. And unfortunately, the thing is when you pay that much for a player, you can't really get too many other good players, can you? I'm talking about Dane Gagai.
Yeah.
Who dropped?
He can't pass it to himself, can he, old Ponga?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put the boot in too hard on Gagai because he's a great player. He's a game changer. And that pass from Ponga was at the knees, So, sorry, Gagai, but I hope you enjoyed it.
He picked one up off his boots the other week, by the way. I just want to say as well.
He did. I mean, Knights basically had to win like the last 4 or 5 games to even make it to the finals. It's kind of what they do, right? And then, to beat Cowboys in Townsville, it was a hard one. Like I said earlier in the week, they haven't done it since 2015. So, it was a big ask for them. I know that the game's currently on and we can't really say what's happening, but I will say fun fact for you guys.
Yeah, I've got some stuff to weigh in on too, actually, once you're...
11 years. That's how long Luke Brooks has been in the NRL before he's got to play a game of NRL finals.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's pretty crazy. He's been around. He's been at the Tigers a long time, which kind of
he is.
It kind of explains it, doesn't it? So, Lukey boy, I hope you enjoy it.
Before we completely move off that topic here, I've actually just got something I'd like to say, and I'd like to start talking about it by bringing up a story from my past where I'd done really bad on a maths exam in 5th form. And, I knew that the next week my test results were going to be sent out to my parents. So 2 nights before that, I got them in and I was like, hey, check me do this maths test online. Look at these cool past results that I got. And then I showed them that. And that brings me to Josh Adokar.
Yeah. That's true. I kind of wondered where you were going with this.
Yeah.
And how it was related to the NRL at all.
He did his own little sneaky drug test in between getting the results of the real drug test that came back negative. Do you think that's quite a clever tactic?
Ra, what thoughts on this?
I It's been a bit murky for me. Where are we at with it? So he's
passed
he's
one,
lied.
he's failed one, he's failed one again.
He passed his own one and he failed the police's ones.
Yeah, but like, what's his one? Just fucking getting his mate's piss and sending it to another guy down at like some woo-woo fucking clinic? I mean, he could have got it tested anywhere.
I think it's like at the Bulldogs, Gus Gold. Is it
he's
Gus Gold?
probably rooting the trainer.
Yeah, Gus Gold gets the piss and he just has a little sip.
Yep.
And he's like,
no coke in there.
No coke in there,
No
mate.
coke in there. You are dehydrated, though.
Yeah. Jesus, it tastes like shit, but no,
it's easy on the kebabs, brother. I can still taste that lamb sauce in there, mate.
A bit of yogurt coming through on this one. Yeah.
Like, do they want to test everyone's piss at this point and just say fucking clean slate, brother? You know?
It's kind of buzzy. I mean, like, obviously, I think, kind of the cool side, let him play, but also, like, he fully got done with coke in his system, right? Like, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, how hard out are the NRL against that stuff? I mean, obviously we all remember.
I think pretty hard out. You're not supposed to be doing A-class drugs.
Shit. Why not? Anyway.
Hey, if a guy who's fucking carrying reinforcement steel can't fucking, get done with coke in his piss.
Yeah, good call.
He'd probably get sacked off his job, $25 an hour.
Tools
Why
down.
the fuck should Josh Adokar, who's getting $1 million, or, $800,000, be sweet to go next week? Fuck him.
Yeah, I guess
He's not exactly going to crash a fucking digger into a building, though, is he?
Nah.
Or is he?
No, maybe
good
he is.
point. Yeah, good point.
Maybe we can, on this podcast right now, we can say which A-class drugs would be okay and still to take and still play rugby league.
Here's a little testing regime I think could be cool to implement. So you know how they test all the wastewater around the country and they're like, the new biggest city who has the most meth in the water is now, it used to be Whangarei and now it's somewhere else or something. Maybe they test all the urinals at the footy clubs and we just get a readout being like, this club's got the most fucking meth and coke.
Yeah,
the other one's got...
True.
All I'm saying is, anonymize it, pool it all together. We don't know then if it's like a little bit of use by everyone or just one guy going really fucking hard.
I think that's how they decided which district got the giganet. You remember they were doing the giganet thing?
Yeah, that's it.
I think they did. They just tested the wastewater for A-class drugs.
And they were like, damn, Dunedin's doing a fuck ton of acid.
Yeah, they need good internet. All right, I'm going to list off some drugs, and you guys say yay or nay if it's okay to take it and play NRL.
Hey everyone, it's me, Christopher Luxon. As much as I would love to hear this chat, I've deemed it to be too spicy. We all know drugs are bad. Well, some of them at least. Carry on, fellas. Luxy baby out.
Do they don't do like random drug testing like that here in New Zealand, right? It's an Aussie thing where they fully like make you lick a swab or something, right?
Oh, you mean like when they pull you over for driving or whatever?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do that.
Or do you think do you think the cops like stopped at a car and they were like, God, this guy's got a lot of energy? Like, do you think he gave them like reasonable cause for them to even test him? Or they were just like random, like, oh, look this thing, brother.
Yeah. I reckon maybe he had his sunnies on, windows down, and he's just like looking at it like, and he had like music blaring, and it's Tuesday morning or whatever. Like, yeah, mate, nah, sweet. I'm just on my way to fucking work, mate. Are you Josh Adokar? And the mullet as well, and he probably had the, it might have been a dead giveaway a little bit, which is profiling, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things as well. Is like as a professional athlete, you kind of have to find ways to get a high that you can get away with, right?
Yeah.
And it's like whenever on the news they're doing something where they're like, oh, kids are doing this now, and we should be worried about it. I'm more worried about the NRL players doing it. When I hear that on the news, I'm thinking, fucking hell.
I mean, we all know how bad the ice bucket challenge was for them.
Yeah, totally. They got right into it. Yeah. Let's not forget the sleeping pills and Red Bull saga.
One of the greats. One of the greats.
Ra was working for the Warriors at that point.
Yeah. I had to film them all saying sorry on the press conference. It was. I was like, I didn't even know. And this is me being honest. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. I was like, I mean, what's the point? And they were all like,
it's mean.
Pretty buzzy, bro. It's pretty buzzy. But they didn't say. Sorry, I'll just to correct myself. They didn't go out in front of the media and say it's pretty buzzy. They just. They sort of intimated that to me at times, being like, yeah, gets you a little bit of a buzz on.
Let's be honest, that's because they had a bad PR agency, because that's what the people wanted to hear.
All right,
move on to the
moving
next part of the show.
Here we go. Everyone shut up for a minute. Let this roll out.
Cool.
There's a league that we love, full of geezers and tradies, where real rugby's played and the reffing is shady. The All Blacks aren't in it, the Aussies aren't either. It's provincial, it's brilliant, it's the NPC, my breathers. Say NPC,
Not bad.
it's the people's rugby, we fucking love it.
And this is the new Linkin Park singer, right?
It is actually. So shout out to them. We just got that track. Sent through last night. We commissioned it. If any commissioners from the NPC, any execs from New Zealand Rugby heard that and thought, fucking hell, where can I find that on Spotify? You can't.
Yeah.
You can only find it here on the Heaps On podcast.
I thought that was the legit promo from 2005.
Hell no,
is that
brother.
not? Is
That's-
that?
no?
Whoa.
Absolutely not. That was me last night up until about 2 a.m. Brings me into the NPC chat. We are New Zealand's #1 NPC podcast. And we had a few big games this week, fellas. Starting off with today, actually, we had the Shield contention match between the Wellington Lions and the Tasman Mako. The Mako men were very strong. But I just want to say that the riffing was questionable, okay? And I know I'm not the only one thinking this.
Yeah.
I know that there's probably a few thousand Wellingtonians thinking this as well. Ra, thoughts on the refereeing this afternoon?
I mean, I don't know, man. I was watching it in a car, as you know, getting taken to the police station. We went on a little excursion, and then they let us watch a little bit of on the phone. But I didn't think the reffing was that bad. Was it? What were the calls that stuck out to you? I just thought Tasman choked us out a bit, or choked Wellington out a bit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, just about every call really. There was a blatant knock on in the first half, which I'm happy to bring up over and over again.
Okay.
There was plenty of ruck infringements, but hey, I'm not a salty sailor, all right? I'm happy that Tasman Mako aren't going to be a one-and-done, one-week wonders. They can hold the Shield.
Yeah.
I think their next contention match is Auckland, so they're going to hold the Shield again.
Hold it again.
I mean, I thought, like, the main things that I thought, Wellington just didn't ice their chances. They should have fucking scored in the corner a couple of times in the first half. One of them, I thought it was a shoulder charge. Even though attempted to wrap, David Havili fully shoulder charged Julian Severe.
Yeah.
And then Ruben Love went inside when he should have went out. And I think, a friend of the show, love him to death, but
yeah. No, it was a hard one. We definitely should have gone into the first half break up. And then we fought back.
Personally, would have started TJ Clark as well.
Yeah, TJ Clark. He did look good when he came on. I think he set up one of the tries in the second half. He was looking good. Regardless, there was one part of the match that stuck out for me was when Ruben Love got taken out high. Well, he got taken out mid-air.
Oh, yeah.
By Timosi Tavatamanawa.
Yeah, to qualify that, because we were talking about a different kind of high earlier.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of him, but that was definitely crossed the line. But we didn't let the ref fucking simmer on it. The ref was about to pull out a card. He was about to send him for 10. We took the quick tap, and the ref basically forgot what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if he had time to just call time off in that, it would have been a sin bin for that. Chopping out Ruben Love's legs in the air.
Definitely.
I don't always promote milking the penalty, but there's a time and a place, and that was the time and the place.
There was definitely the time and the place. I think it was it Riley Higgins took the quick tap? Riley, mate, if you're listening, maybe just take it easy, fella? Yeah. Just take it easy.
And one thing I want to give the Tasman Michael some flowers on was, I mean, at first I thought, missed tackles, what the fuck? But Kyron Taumofalau to get the game-winning try, essentially, the game-sealing try, stood up two people. One of them was Riley Higgins and the other TJ Clark down that left side. I mean, the guy, that was a freakish try. That one down the left.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a really good
Kyron
try.
Taumofalau is he's a guy that I could see being a star of the future. A lot of people said that he played for Minus Pacifica last year. Oh, yeah. He was sick, but fuck, he's real good. He'd be good at league too, can I just say? He'd be great at league.
He'd be great at league, mate. Maybe
I say this about a lot of people.
Tasman played great. Shout out to the fans. They had a lot of fans show. I think it was even sold out. I might be wrong on this. I'm pretty sure it was a sold out game.
Did you hear? Oh, this pissed me, it got and pissed me off. But TJ Tony Johnson kept saying, we don't know how many people are here, but I was like, just have a guess.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Because kids went free or something.
Shout out to the Tasman fans for showing up. Shout out to Tasman. They look fucking good. They are now the only undefeated team in the NPC because it was Wellington and Tasman. So we'll take the L. We'll see you in the finals, you bastard. Also, yesterday, Waikato played Hawke's Bay. I didn't actually see the teams list for this. Something tells me something was off because Waikato pulled Hawke's Bay's pants down and gave them a spanking. 50-5. Holy shit. Luke Jacobs.
That's crazy.
Had a great game. I didn't really watch much of it, to be honest, but they got a hiding. They look really, really good. And then Bay of Plenty steamed the Taranaki Hams. Shout out to Bay of Plenty for absolutely putting it on Taranaki, the reigning champs. Now, so I want to briefly talk about the Bay of Plenty. Is he the number 8, Joe Johnston? Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
He's now second ranked top try scorer in the NPC. He's a bit of a battler. Not many people, you probably haven't heard of him. He's been killing it this year.
Oh no, 7. Yeah, plays 7.
Plays flanker.
He's always running support lines and shit, eh? He always gets the last pass and stuff, eh?
Yeah,
he's the man.
He's going he's going guns blazing this year. I think he's scored. I'm trying to bring up the stats now on my phone, but I think he's scored maybe 7 tries so far. He's second to Cade Banks, who took the lead in the try scoring stats for the NPC just on the weekend. But I looked into him a little bit, and I was like, who the hell is this guy and where's he from? So he's played a bit for the New England Free Jacks over in the States. Then he's also played a game for where is it? He's also played a game for a team called the China Lions.
Hell yeah.
Which I kind of piqued my interest a bit, and I was like, who the fuck are the China Lions?
Maybe a Siggy hookup, bro.
Maybe a fucking Siggy hookup. I looked into it a bit, and here it is. The China Lions professional rugby union team was formed in 2020. It is a joint venture between the China Rugby Football Association and New Zealand's Bay of Plenty Rugby Union.
What the bloody heck?
What the hell?
This is the fucking news.
What the hell's going on here? So basically, Bay of Plenty are fucking doing some backdoor deals with China.
They're going to China in the off
Does
season.
Chris Luxon know about this?
Does Chris Luxon know about this? Because goddamn, bro.
This is crazy. How many properties are getting bought up in the Bay of Plenty by the Chinese Lions? I want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is why.
But also, do they have a double happy cigarette hookup? And is there a way where we can use the rugby team to maybe bring a few cases of ciggies over to New Zealand? Because I'm telling you, it's a great market, and I know Ben's been looking for the next big venture for the pod. And illegal ciggies is definitely the way we need to go.
Illegal ciggies and setting up some WeChat payment terminals in the Bay of Plenty, I think.
Not
could
a
be
bad idea.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts? Did you find out anything further about the Chinese Lions?
Yeah, I did actually. I looked further into the China Lions, and I was like, all right, who played for this team? Was it just Joe Johnston and then 20 other Chinese guys? Out of the whole squad, I'm looking at this, there's 3 Chinese people. It's
Really?
all Kiwis.
They're all
And
imports.
one bloke from Thailand. So they're not the China Lions. They're the bloody Bay of Plenty Lions. They're just over there fucking getting double happy.
Well, maybe they're doing a bit of
incredible.
Maybe they're doing a bit of a Taiwan thing with us. Maybe they're saying, well, that's actually China too.
True.
The Bay of Plenty, you know.
True, it could be. Mount Maunganui, place to claim.
If you live in the Bay of Plenty and you're starting to see some street names that aren't in English, send us some pics because I'm sensing some weird, maybe invasion vibes coming our way. I'm just saying, China Lions, maybe they could be in the NPC next year. You never know.
Could be.
If it was up to me, I would have let Huawei install all those towers.
Sorry, Ben. Motherfucker.
We're on to our second part of the show where we'd like to have a little bit of fun with our listeners out there. You know what time it is. It's the Heaps On Hotline, baby. Ben's on the voicemail. We're going to dial him up, and we're going to hear what you guys have got to say this week. What do we got, Ben?
All right, let's have a listen.
Hey, fellas, it's Tim calling you on a Saturday night. So hopefully
Tim.
this gets to you before you start recording.
That's probably
Just
Friday
wondering
for him, though.
if you have any thoughts on the Bird of the Year contest. Do you participate? Who are we
Ooh.
picking? I'm going with the Takahe, and then I always have the Kia and the Weka on there because they're such cheeky little shits. I love them. Would love to hear your thoughts. Cheers.
Well, Ra?
Check out this cheeky fella.
Well, should I go first? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I've
go
got a
for it.
couple. I love the P Waka, obviously
Yep.
PY Waka, fantail to the Pākehā, but I love the way they flutter around and they're a beautiful little bird. Obviously, have a little bit of a tie to people passing. There's a little bit of a old tikanga that says that if you see one, someone might have passed away.
And they eat the insects off poos.
I didn't know that part, but you're the scientist. And then my second favorite is seagull.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
big
yeah,
goal.
I'd be voting
versatile bird.
seagull. Yeah. I mean, mainly because I like fish and chips and they like fish and chips. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts too.
Ben.
You've actually made a great argument for seagull there, and a lot of people like to differentiate between red-billed and the yellow-billed, the bigger one. But I think we should just categorize them both together, and that could give them a really good big chance this year.
Whoa, Ben, that's so damn buzzy.
I agree,
so
Ben.
buzzy.
So you're going seagull too. So maybe it's 2-1 here. Seagull. What's your one, Tav?
So I kind of base my picks on the interactions that I've had, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to say, these great birds like the Kia, the Kiriru, but I've never actually seen one in real life. When I first moved to Auckland, I got dropped off. This was my first day in Auckland ever. I got dropped off outside the Sky Tower, and I was waiting for someone to come pick me up. I was waiting for 20, 30 minutes, and as I was waiting there, it was rush hour traffic, and there were just these beautiful seagulls.
Yeah.
Sitting on the, I think it was one of those gold pawn shops. You sell your gold there, sort of deal. They were sitting on top of that store, and there were some pigeons in front of me, just kind of eating, just like stuff out of the gutter. And this one pigeon kind of saw something, caught his eye in the middle of the road, went for a little wander, and at about 2 or 3 k's an hour, this BMW slowly ran it over. And there was a bunch of tourists in front of me who tried to stop it and tried to tell the BMW to stop. Unfortunately, they didn't stop the car in time. The bird sadly passed away.
Passed on.
So I said a little prayer, and the BMW kept driving. And then out of nowhere, one of these seagulls from the gold shop comes swooping in, picks the dead pigeon up, and goes to fly off with it.
Whoa.
And as it's flying, it falls out of its mouth and lands on these fucking tourists who were trying to save it.
That's a real Jonathan Livingston move, if you ask me.
And I couldn't help but thinking that Seagull knew what it was doing. They're a lot smarter than we give them credit for. And so my pick for this year is also going to be the Seagull. And
and I'm not sure. Look, the New Zealand, the Forest and Bird New Zealand might say to us, guys, seagull isn't on the list. Well, if it's not, fuck you, put it on the list.
Put it
should
on.
be.
If
It's a
it's
funny
not,
bird.
we
And I
riot.
know that it's always native. Often, are seagulls native to New Zealand?
Sure.
Surely.
Yeah.
Some of them.
They were here
They are
first.
now.
They were here at some
Son
stage,
of a
or did they just
bitch.
come when the fish and chips arrived? I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, that brings me to probably this is a huge factor in why I'm voting seagull, but one of the greatest stories I've ever read, and it happened in the place that you're in now, Ra, and I believe it was the story that we read in that little train paper they used to give out. So I'll set the scene here. The story was written by someone. They were saying, I was waiting for a train one day and I saw a guy with a huge package of fish and chips, but he hadn't opened them up fully. He just ripped a little hole in and was just pulling chip out by chip, throwing them on the ground. Yeah. Slowly a large amount of seagulls started congregating because they, as we just mentioned, they absolutely love fish and chips.
They do.
So, and this guy was wondering, like, why is this man just, like, very slowly feeding a large bunch of seagulls? And then next train comes along. It's the express train to mention a place in Melbourne. I've forgotten all their names, Ra.
Frankston.
Yeah, it was the express train to Frankston. you know, and in the express trains, they don't stop every stop. Once the door closes, they go for about 25 minutes until they hit the next stop. And this express train rolls up, and a huge crowd of seagulls have gathered. And the author is watching this other person who's, you know, got the fish and chips there in his hand, and the doors open for the express train. Everybody gets off. A few people get on, you know, and just as the doors are about to shut, this guy biffs all of the chips in the door. 35 seagulls follow him, follow it, and the doors shut, and this train's fucking on its way for 20 minutes to Frank.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
With
fucking
30
amazing.
seagulls on board.
Yeah,
That's
beautiful
fucking
story.
I vaguely recall that story. Yeah, it was good payoff there. I was worried it wasn't going to be as juicy as that, but that was brilliant.
That's one of the greatest prank moves I've ever heard of in my life.
And really impressive that Ben's remembered that story for about 17 years.
Yeah.
Wow. We should go
just like
try
to
that.
Haven't taken public transport since.
If you want to know a quick answer, it's Seagull for Bird of the Year.
Yep.
And if you want to
Seagull.
learn how to vote, send us in your votes and we'll vote them for you.
Yep.
And the Voting Academy, if you do not accept Seagull, we will riot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Decoys from hell.
Brilliant.
He calls from hell, baby.
Which is a right-wing TV series that Ben's working on at the moment. It's a fucked up reality show he's trying to sell to TVNZ. They won't buy it, but he won't budge on the title.
Yeah. It's just actually John Key doing all the great walks around New Zealand.
Oh, John Key's just going, Jesus, Decoy's hard. Decoy from hell, and then it's after the break. John Key keeps trying to do the Kepler, one of the decoys from hell. Oh, my feet are so sore. My feet are so sore.
Just some ladies are passing by. Beautiful walkout here, eh? Yoink! Oops! Ponytail.
Oh yeah.
This brings us to our next segment, guys. It's a brand new segment, so I've got a brand new sting for it.
Bad ads on the screen everywhere I've been. Can't escape the scene, messing with my dreams. Bad ads in my way.
We're talking about bad ads.
What the fuck? These things are, I think, almost too believable now.
Yeah. The AI is getting too good. I mean, the artists we hired.
The segment's called Bad Ads, and it's basically, it's not really talking about ads that are bad necessarily. I just kind of see these ads on TV all the time when I'm watching sport, and they kind of make me giggle because they kind of just a bit silly. So I wanted to put it to you guys. This week's bad ad for me is this one. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the Lotto ad, and it's a guy who gets home from work. You know, he's had a tough day on the tools. He's had a bit of yakka. He just wants to sit down and watch the Warriors and have a fucking beer. But what happens? He gets home and his house is fucking gone.
Oh, shit.
And then he finds out his missus has moved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he gets there and she's like, oh, I've just won the lotto. And he's like, I fucking liked living in fucking Mount Eden.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're up here. The house, these aren't weatherboards on this house. We're going to get fucking slammed the next storm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. What would you do if you came home and the house wasn't there because your missus has moved it?
Well, first of all,
I'd go.
Oh yeah, after you.
What
I was going to say is I watched a lot of that show with Clark Gayford in it about moving the houses. You know, great piece of local television, if you ask me. But what I learned is that he would have had to have gone away for probably 2.5 weeks because, you know, they have to disconnect all the water, the electricity. They have to saw the house in half, bloody get it on a truck. You think that happens while you're on your regular 8-hour shift?
I know. Where's this guy been? He's in a fucking coma?
Yeah.
He's off with his second family thinking like, oh, what a great break away from fucking Sheila. She's
been busting my balls about moving out to the beach for years now.
Fucking hell, I like it here, you know. Got my fucking family here. I'm on bowling clubs next door. I love it here. Gets home. She's spent half. That's the other thing in the ad. You might think, oh, they've won Powerball. She's just won 10 grand on a scratchy.
Oh shit!
Jesus, she spent it all on the house movement.
Like fucking hell, we're 80 grand in debt now. It costs us 90K to move out here. Fucking rates have just gone up. Jesus, woman.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is it? You just go. Is this plumbed in? Where are we getting water from? You know? What the fuck, lady? lady? Did you think about any of that? No, it was just so romantic. I thought I'd just do it. It's like, well,
By the way,
it's like taking a shit and flushing it. It's not going anywhere. We're gonna be in our own filth, you dumb bastard. But also, I'd ask her if she won the millions. I'd just say, hey, can you transfer me $500,000? I reckon I've heard the Bulldogs are a sure thing, and I'd get some punting money and take the limit off my account. You know what I mean?
I think that
Juicy with it.
I think that he'd get there and she'd be like, by the way, we've had to sublease one of the rooms to this family to cover the debt, and he's like, how much is the debt? And then from round the corner of the floorboards, we just hear, it's almost out the door. Oh, crossover.
Damn, that's actually going to be
Another
next.
ad.
That's going to be next week ad. Is the Yes Samir dad, who's started off as a one-hit wonder, but now we're seeing him in a lot of different situations and settings.
I want to see like a massive cost of living increase that sort of forces all of those multicultural bank families to live in the same house.
Yeah.
Big Brother style.
Yeah, I don't want to go too into this because we are actually going to go into the Yes Samir family next week. So we don't want to burn all our material.
Okay. Well, I won't burn it too much, but I've got a little idea. It's called Samir's Divorce, which is one of the the ads I'm writing for a future segment, and we'll get onto that next week. But it's messy. It's messy.
Wait,
Indian divorces
Samir's
are not
the son though.
clean
Samir's
cut.
the son though, isn't he? What's the dad's name?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be in 10 years' time.
Yeah, true. He got dropped from the Black Caps after a match fixing.
His wife didn't.
Yeah. The turning point
His
for
wife
me
was like,
was...
well, I don't give a fuck now.
Yeah.
I'm out.
She's like, the turning point for me was when you made our son wear the dress I made and made him get up in front of all of our friends and family. Oh, we're touching on this
we're
next
not
week.
getting into
Okay,
it. All right,
moving
next
on.
week
Yeah.
it's going to be fucking juicy. All right, so thanks everyone
Zoom's
for
got to run out in 2 minutes again, guys.
thanks
by the way.
everyone for listening to the brand new segment. Bad ads.
Fantastic stuff.
Fantasy chat, which I don't have a sting
Is
for.
it what it is?
Yeah, we're going to talk quickly about fantasy. You know, we all play NRL fantasy together. There's a lot of different. Basically, if there's a sport that's on, there's fantasy for
Yeah.
it. There's a bunch of fellas who fantasize about coaching these teams. And I saw this post come up this week, and it was
Hit the showers, boys.
hit those bloody showers, you bastards. What do you mean? We're at work. You can't answer that. So there's been a lot of like punishments. You know, usually each league, the loser has to do something outrageous. And I found this online this week, and it's some punishments for the NFL fantasy that have gone viral lately. Number one is Darkness Retreat. The person who comes last has to go on a 3-day Darkness Retreat. Number two is a body issue shoot.
Wait, what's a darkness retreat?
I don't know. I guess you just go into a dark room for 3 days.
I was thinking, I
Jesus.
believe in a thing called love.
The next one is body issue shoot. Last place has to do their own ESPN body issue style photo shoot. Number 3 is a one-way ticket. Last place has to take a one-way ticket to a place chosen by the league members, and they can't return until they've made enough money there to afford a flight back.
Danny
Jesus.
Burke.
Nah.
Well, fuck Danny Burke, man.
Stand-up comedy.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Fantasy
Danny
Cave.
Burke.
Every time.
Shout out to Danny
Fantasy
Burke.
Cave.
Stand-up comedy. The last place has to do a 5-minute open mic comedy routine. Not bad. And then get a tattoo. Wow. If that was the case, I would be covered. And probably get a few on my face. If Ben was also in the fantasy league with me, he'd make me do it. I don't know. I thought I'd put it to you guys. What would be some good last place fantasy punishments?
I would say, like, you know when you play Presidents and Arseholes of cards, how the next round that you have to give your best cards to the...
Damn,
to
true,
whoever.
yeah.
I reckon next year, first round, the loser has to, like... give it up to the group about what trades they make and who they pick for their team, and we make them pick the worst team.
Yeah, like the rest of the group gets to pick your team for you, or you're not allowed to pick Cleary at all.
Yeah,
for the whole year. Ra, thoughts?
I don't know. I'm not really a big pranks guy, you know, so I don't really mind. You know, I don't know, something simple like maybe the winner puts peanut butter in its ass and the loser has to lick it out. I don't know, something
simple.
Most people that would be fine with. I don't know. That would be something that comes to mind for me.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that's happened to you before, Ra. That came to your head pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, what I do in my private life is my business, but
Yeah.
you know, I'll leave it up to you guys whether you think that's something I might. or
There's
might
a
not be
reason
into.
there's a reason the sandwich is called a PBJ.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, fun ideas. I hate being pranked, and I don't like doing things I don't want to do. So
That sounds like
yeah,
something
there are-
someone who loves being pranked would say.
No.
You
Easy way
you want
to
it,
end
don't
out.
ya?
You were on
Easy
that.
way to end our already tenuous relationship, Tab. If you start pranking me,
Let's be honest.
over.
You were on that fucking express train, weren't you?
I might have been. Yeah, I was labouring at the time, and the seagulls came in, and I went,
Fuck.
got my eyes picked out.
Fantasy. 6 more, baby. As far as fantasy pranks, maybe something like, you know, you've got the LASIK, the laser eye surgery. I was thinking either getting it reversed,
Yeah.
basically. So whoever comes last, sorry if you've got 20/20 vision, I'm going to take that from you, and I'm going to give you bad
nice.
eyesight for the rest of your life.
Jesus,
Because-
you're like a reverse Mr. Beast, eh?
Basically,
You want to
yeah.
hurt people.
Basically.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hell yeah, baby. That's fantasy chat for this week. And then, yeah.
Well, hold on. Actually, I've got a little bit of an unfair advantage here because there's a 2-second delay on Ra. Should we skip this and do it again next
I
week?
feel like, I can't really contribute pop properly today.
Fucking hell.
Having, you know,
Yeah.
from prison, which I'm quite happy about. Obviously, I'm a reluctant participant in Tabs 10 at the best of the time.
Yeah.
So,
Tabs 20 next
Sorry,
week is what
guys.
you're saying.
Yeah, tabs 20, maybe tabs 50. Hey, fuck.
Oh, shit.
How big can we push it?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it a 10-minute long segment because I know Ra loves pranks. Hey, so
fuck you.
it brings us to the end of the show where it's time for our tips.
Hell
isn't
yeah.
it? So, unfortunately, as I touched on before, it's a sad part of the year where there's only going to be 2 rugby league games next week. I'm pretty salty
Big
about
ones,
it.
though.
Pretty fucking
Pretty
salty
big
about
ones,
it.
though.
Yeah, but thank God we've got the NPC. But so it looks like we're going to have Roosters and whoever wins this game. And
No, isn't it Roosters Cowboys? Or is it?
Nah, it's not. Sorry, I got that wrong
Oh,
before.
shit.
I redact that. Manly are in front, 24-22. So let's say it's
Damn.
Manly. Roosters are going to probably win.
I hope Manly go to the semis. That'd be cool.
Or let's say it's the Bulldogs. Roosters are probably going to win.
Wait,
that
who are the
too.
Cowboys?
Probably, yeah.
Who do the Cowboys play then?
Cowboys are playing the Sharks.
Oh,
Sharks lost to the Storm, which means they live on. Sharks are paying $1.70. Not bad odds for a team that barely made it through. Thoughts, fellas?
Damn.
Thoughts on loading up on the
Well,
Sharkies?
we didn't really have a crack at Stinko Hines in the league chat, but just like to sort of put the boot in here and go, isn't it 7 fucking finals games lost straight for the Sharks now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And 4 under Craig Fitzgibbon. Yeah, pretty
Fucking
stink.
shame.
Pretty
Pretty
stink.
sticky, that
Yeah.
stuff.
They will be playing at PointsBet Stadium, which I think is
Right,
Shark Park. So
Yep.
they have the advantage. Both teams have pretty physical games. I don't know. It could be a bit tighter than a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah. I want the Cowboys to win. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I want the Cowboys to win.
Yeah.
Go on, Cowboys.
Come on, you bastards. I'm trying to find last time they played. I don't fucking know, but I'm picking the Sharks.
Just a
enough.
side note here while we're on the topic. How come the Cowboys color is like a deep blue? I mean, I think
I couldn't
Cowboys
tell you. Moving on.
I think an earthy orange or brown.
I think maroon was
Yeah,
taken.
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Going on to the NPC, we've got which could possibly be the game of the week. Manawatu versus Southland.
Oh, the turbos.
It's in Palmerston North. Turbos still haven't got a win yet. Southland
That's a
have
bit of
got
a
2.
spoon bowl.
Yeah, it kind of is a spoon bowl, actually. Well, actually,
Almost.
no, because
Counties won today.
yeah, but Northland only have 1 win, and Southland have 2.
Oh.
True that.
So Northland Manawatu would be the real spoon bowl. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
actually, and I think they've already played together. I think that was Northland's only win was against Manawatu.
Oh, can I just come back to round 21 as well? Cowboys up in Townsville, 30 over the Sharks, 22.
Wow, there you go.
So, you know, bit of form there. Come on,
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Come on, Cowboys, lose you bastards. Hawke's Bay Taranaki. That'll be pretty good next week. Quick fire. What do you got?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win it?
I'm going
Hawke's
the
Bay
Bay.
Taranaki, did you say?
Yeah.
Go Taranaki. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa. Ooh.
You're a wizard, Harry.
All right. Northland versus North Harbour.
North Harbour.
The Battle of the North. Holy
Harbour.
shit.
Battle at the tunnel battle.
yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm going to go North Harbour too. Canterbury, Counties Monaco. It'll be a good game.
Canterbury.
Yeah, Canterbury.
Counties are fun to watch, as always.
Yeah. Is Cam Roygaard back?
I don't know if he is.
He might be back. Wellington Bay of Plenty. Wellington will be red hot after losing their shield today. We're going to go with
that'll be tough as well.
Wellies. Yeah, no, that'll be a really good game, actually.
Wellington, yep.
Waikato Tasman will be a banger. That's in Hamilton. I'm going to go for the Marco men, but they're probably going to be pretty better than Brews, I reckon. Actually, I think they're who's their captain? Quentin Strange?
Quentin Strange, yeah. They won without him. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. We didn't bring that up. Shout out to the Marco men, you bastards.
Yeah.
We'll see if he might be back. That'll be a good game. Auckland Southland. Southland's
I'll go Auckland on this one.
Say Auckland.
Yeah, I'm going to say Auckland. Of course, next week as well, we've got the rugby. Is it next week? The rugby championship continues.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing the Wallabies.
Yes, we're playing the Wallabies over there, eh?
Over there.
Well, yes, we've seen how the Wallabies been playing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah.
Pretty caca.
Yeah, I hope the All Blacks will bounce back.
Yeah. If the All Blacks can't win these ones, then we really know we're having some problems.
And for the third week in a row, we're going to be giving our tips on the Tottenham versus Arsenal match. Which still has
it is too.
It's on tomorrow morning. By the time the podcast is out, the game will be over. But what's your predictions, fellas?
I'm sticking to my guns.
Well, it's still up the arse.
Still up the arse. I'm going
the other way.
I'm going 2-0 for Arsenal. I've said it for the last 3 weeks. I reckon it's going to happen.
Either team 1 to 12.
Bastards. Go, you bloody bastards. I think NBL starts back up maybe next week. Ben's favourite sport.
Hell yeah.
It's back. And I think Champions League is going to kick off soon. I think it kicks off this week, actually.
When are we getting some cricket?
Hopefully never.
No, I
don't like cricket.
We do it too.
We do actually.
A lot of cricketers listen to this podcast for their rugby league and NPC analysis, so we just like to say big respect to you guys. Even if we don't all manage to devote a full day or night to watching the games, we enjoy the results and we like the sixes and the wickets.
Yeah.
We just don't like.
We like T20s and we like some of the ODI stuff.
And honestly, our cricket players, they don't get enough respect or enough care. It's always, how's that? Not how are you, mate?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Lastly, I just wanted to quickly touch on something that happened this week.
I've got another confession to make.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Grohl has come out and said that he's had a baby.
He's got a love child.
I'm the father.
He's
had
a
father,
baby with somebody. Turns out that he came clean, like kind of out of the blue, but also turns out that he sussed out like a divorce lawyer, all this stuff before he made his confession. Pretty spicy news. Dave Grohl, he's kind of like one of the good guys left in rock and roll, right? You know?
That's what we thought.
Well, or he just kept his shit private for 30 years. I don't know.
Yeah, true. Has there ever been a scandal like this in NZ where someone's like, oh, I've actually got a kid to someone else?
No, but the Foo Fighters did at one point try and say that HIV doesn't cause AIDS. So, they're not completely...
squeaky clean.
Yeah.
And I just tripped out and I was like, oh, shit.
Shout out to you, Dave Grohl. Keep it in your pants, you bastard. All right, it's been another episode of the Hicks On podcast. Everybody, can we get the hashtag FreeRa trending, please, on Twitter tonight? We need them back.
I need a pardon. I'm getting 501 would actually be the best thing I can hope for.
We need some durries. I need to get triple happy.
Don't worry, they'll send you home. They do it to all of us.
They
do. That's amen, brother. Maybe join the Comancheros when you're over there, right? See how you go.
I'm trying. They said I did a fart in the initiation ceremony. It stunk so bad. They said, not this guy.
You know what they say?
We're not putting him in leather.
You know what they say? Fart in, fart out. It's the rules of the Comancheros.
That's right.
It's been a good podcast. I've really not enjoyed being in the driving seat. I don't know how Ra does it each week, but hey.
There's something about being
big
able
respect
to see...
to Ra.
Yeah. But something about being able to see my lower half of my body is, I feel like it's made this podcast a little bit edgier than usual.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Ben's tucked in, are you, over there?
No, it's just sponging.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. All right. Any apologies for this week's podcast, fellas?
Sorry to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sorry for not being fully present. Hopefully, the Victoria Police let me back, and I can be fully present and drive. Hopefully, be the cat herder that I usually am back there in Auckland.
Exactly.
Keeping things moving with these two fuckwits.
Wrap it up. I want to say my apologies to the Manly Seagulls who have just won their elimination final after I said that they sucked in the first half of the podcast. So sorry, guys. Good luck next week against the Roosters, because they're probably going to whoop your ass. Right.
And don't forget to send in your voice memos to us.
Send in your voice memos. And shout out to Jim in New York, upstate New York. Tim, we love you.
We love you, mate.
We'll talk soon. For the meantime,
and happy birthday to Leighton once again.
Happy birthday to Leighton and Riley's mum.
Riley's mum.
Keep those
and Hemi's horse.
Keep those tickers clean and those manus mean. Cheers,
we'll
fellas.
see you next week.
Yeah.